Esa einai el harim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Esa einai el harim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai Ose Shemayim Baretz. Ezri me'im Adonai Ose Shemayim Varetz. Esa einai el harim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Esa einai el harim me'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai Ose Shemayim Baretz. Ezri me'im Adonai Ose Shemayim Va'aretz.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm Rabbi Barry Silver. It's my great pleasure on behalf of Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor to welcome you to our Shabbat celebration. The theme for this Shabbat celebration is gratitude, because we are approaching Thanksgiving. And so we rejoice and give thanks as we celebrate Shabbat. Shabbat specifically gives thanks for two wonderful miracles. One is the miracle of creation. We are learning more and more about just how magnificent it was, but we give thanks for all the wonders of the universe and the world around us. Thanks for the miracle of the human body with all its wonderful abilities. And we give thanks for all the wonderful people in our life and who do so much for us and for this wonderful country. So we give thanks for all of these miracles dealing with creation. We also give thanks on Shabbat for freedom. It celebrates the liberation of the Jews from Egypt. We give thanks for freedom in the United States. As we've seen in recent days, freedom is not necessarily guaranteed, and sometimes there are assaults against it. We must always be vigilant and work hard to make sure that we maintain our freedom and never, ever take it for granted. To celebrate Shabbat with us tonight, we are very happy to have leading us in the candle lighting Rosalie and Sheldon Kesslin, and also in the Kiddush we have Carol and Jerry Kahn. We give thanks to them. I give thanks to you for watching, and we give thanks to our ancestors for this blessed heritage. And now, let the Shabbat celebration begin.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Another week of work is ended. Again, Shabbat brings welcome peace. We pause from our labors to let Shabbat give another dimension to our lives. These Shabbat candles are symbols of the holiness we seek. The brightness dispels gloom and lights, a path to faith and hope.
Their glow reminds us of the sacred bonds that link us to our people over space and time. Their radiance summons us to fulfill our people's mission, to cast the light of freedom, justice, and peace upon all the world.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah tov v'tzivanu l'hadliknei Shabbat.
Good Shabbos, everybody, and stay safe.
The verses and blessings that we recite in the Kiddush, the blessings over the wine, proclaim the holiness of Shabbos and trace it back to the creation of the world. We recite the blessing before drinking the wine, which is usually sweet. Sweet wine adds to the beauty of Shabbos, making it just a little bit sweeter.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Delicious. Hi, everybody. It is we, it is I. It's Carol and Jerry sitting in the kitchen, welcoming you all to Shabbos. We miss everybody, we miss our family. Fortunately, they're all well, living in 3 different states. And hopefully soon, perhaps by the end of the year, we can all get together and have a real party. We'll bring them to Shabbos and you can all meet Lisa, Larry, and Richard, and perhaps their spouses. So take care. Happy Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. Stay well and safe.
You know, they say to be grateful is to be great. And if you're not grateful, then you simply grate on the nerves of others. Who wants to be around someone who's always complaining, who's never happy, who can't be satisfied with anything? To be able to enjoy life and to appreciate what we have is such a wonderful quality. And that's why the name Jew comes from Yehudah, related to Todah, meaning to give thanks. To give thanks is to be Jewish, and to be Jewish is to give thanks and have a continuous attitude of gratitude, which should never become a platitude. The prayers that we offer are really just prayers of thanks. And as we approach Thanksgiving, we realize that Thanksgiving was taken from the holiday of Sukkot, the Jewish holiday of Sukkot. The founding fathers reached back into the Bible, saw the holiday of Sukkot, which gives thanks for the harvest, and created Thanksgiving. Not on Sunday, because the Christians were worshiping on Sunday. Not on Saturday, because the Jews were worshiping on Saturday. Not on Friday, because the Muslims were worshiping on Friday. And so they went with Thursday, which was a great decision, because now you get a very long weekend. So we give thanks for this holiday. And all of these prayers, even if you don't know a word of Hebrew, they just mean, let us rejoice and give thanks for all the blessings that we have all around us every day.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים. בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים. במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. כבוד שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך, מודים אנחנו לך. Your mercies never fail us, your blessed never ceases, for your wonders and good deeds we give thanks to you. Our soul in your safekeeping, our lives in your hands, O my rock and my shield, for all that you do. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu le'olam va'ed. Modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu, modim anachnu lach, modim anachnu lach. You give our thanks to you, O Lord our God, and lift our voice in song. Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu l'shalom.
We always take a few moments of reflection on Shabbat, but this should not be the only time that we are silent and we have moments of contemplation. Oh, no, no, no. This is just a little snapshot to get us ready during the week. We should always spend moments of silence, get rid of all the cacophony around us, and just sit and wonder about the beauty of this universe and also all the blessings that we have as we contemplate this Thanksgiving. You know, we celebrate the harvest on Thanksgiving, and the harvest really demonstrates an act of faith. The farmer has great faith as he places that seed in the ground. Can he prove that it's going to grow into a wonderful crop and a harvest? No, but he has faith that if he tends to that farm and nourishes the seed and the little sapling and provides all the nutrients and water and all the ingredients necessary to grow, he has faith that something good will come of it and he will reap a great harvest. When we spend a few moments in silent meditation, let us contemplate what seeds are we sowing so that we can reap a beautiful harvest. Are we people of faith, not necessarily in supernatural beings, but in the natural world? And just as if we plant seeds of grain, we will have a beautiful harvest. If we plant seeds of hope and of joy and of love in our mind and the minds of others, we know with faith, we have faith that the results will be very, very good. So let's spend a few moments of silent meditation and let us think about what seeds of hope and of love can we plant within our own psyche, within our own minds, and in the lives of others, and in this world, so that we may reap a beautiful harvest and then be able to sit back and reflect on our great bounty. Silent meditation.
מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. מי שברך אמותינו, שרה רבקה, לאה ורחל. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi shebeirach avotenu, mi shebeirach imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer. Hear our prayer and bless us as well.
Our Torah reading this Shabbat is from the book of Genesis, a passage called Vayishlach. Baruch hu et Adonai hamavarach, Baruch Adonai hamavarach leolam vaed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen. As we give thanks on this Shabbat that precedes Thanksgiving, I give thanks for these reading glasses. Without them, I would be very hard-pressed to see the fine print of the Torah. But even though these letters are rather small, their impact on the world and on our lives can be very large indeed if we just let them into our heart. Vayisa Yaakov enav vayah uhine Esav ba. And Jacob lifted up his eyes, and behold, Esau was approaching. V'amor arba me'ot ish v'yachatz et hayeladim alea v'al Rachel. 400 people, 400 armed men were with him. And Jacob was scared, so he divided up the children of Leah, v'al Rachel, and the children of Rachel, v'al shtei hasfachot, and the two concubines, v'yisam et hasfachot ve'et yaldehen rashona. And Jacob, not all that chivalrous, he takes the concubines and their children and puts them up front, just in case there's any trouble, they'd be the first to go. Ve'et Leah ve'yaldeha achonim. And then Leah and her children, they were next. Ve'et Rachel ve'et Yosef achonim. And Rachel and Joseph he put last, in the safest spot. V'hu over lifnehem. But he advances before all of them. He had the courage to do that. V'yishtachavu alza shva pa'amim. He bowed down to the ground 7 times. Ad gishto, as he approached Elachav, as he approached his brother. V'yaratz Esav lichato. And Esau ran over to greet them. V'yichabekehu, v'yipol al za'avaro, v'yishkehu. And they hugged, they embraced, they fell upon one another in a wonderful embrace. V'yivchu, and they both wept. V'yisa et enav, v'yal et hanashim, ve'et hayeladim, v'yomer mi ele lecha. Esau lifted up his eyes and he saw these people, and he said, who are these people to you? Vayomer hayeladim asher chanan Elohim et avdecha. These are the children which the Lord has blessed, your humble servant. V'tigashna hasafachot v'hine v'yaldehen v'tishtachavu v'yigashu. And the concubines and their children also bowed before Esau as they approached. Vayomer milacha chol hamachaneh hazeh. And Esau said again, who is all this encampment, all these people, who are they? Asher pagashti, who are now greeting me. Vayomer limso chen be'enai, be'enecha adoni. And he said, these are the people that have come to try to please my Lord Esau. Vayomer Esav, yesh li rav achi, yehi lecha asher lecha. And Jacob tried to give him gifts, but Esau said, no. I don't need anything. Please keep what is yours. Vayomer Yaakov, al na imna matzati chen be'enecha v'lakachta minchati. Jacob said to him, please, if I have found favor in thy sight, please accept my offering to you. Miyadai, from my hands. Ki el ken ra'iti panecha, kirot paneh Elohim. Because seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. The blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chai olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. You know, it's really fun to be a philosopher. They sit around and contemplate the mysteries of the universe. One of them is, do you think that twins ever contemplate the fact that at least one of them was unplanned? And you think they spend nights wondering, I wonder if I was the unplanned one. Yes, being a twin is a very remarkable thing. And it's really interesting how some of the twins are tuned in to each other. There's also the story about this man who was approached by a matchmaker, and he said, I'm not interested in getting married. And the matchmaker said, why wouldn't you want to be married? It's such a blessing. Women can do so much for you. So he says, I have 2 sisters, and they serve all of my needs. The matchmaker says, but there's some needs that only a wife can fulfill. So he said, I didn't say they were my sisters. Well, that's kind of the situation that Jacob found himself in. He was married to 2 sisters, to Leah and to Rachel. Unfortunately, he liked one better than the other, which invites all types of problems, and he had many children with them that eventually became the 12 sons of Israel, who then became the tribes of Israel as well. This story is quite intriguing. It actually conveys some of the most important lessons in all of Judaism, both in this chapter. And what are they? Well, as I mentioned before, Jacob was a dreamer. Yes, the Jewish people, we have dreams. And we not only have dreams, we actually make them come true. Yes, we say, it is good to build castles in the sky. That's where they belong. Now lay the foundations. The Jewish people have been laying the foundations for the dream of living in harmony and peace. Because we preach it, we have it in our sacred literature, and these ideals have been spread throughout the world. These ideals of Judaism from the Torah can lay the foundation for a better world. But we need to do both. We need to be able to dream dreams and to work hard to make them come true. Yes, that was the whole point of the last week's Sedra, where Jacob has a dream of a ladder on the earth, starting on the ground and extending to heaven. We Jews aspire heavenwards, but we're also of this world, and we're very practical, and we know how to get things done. If you want proof, just look at the modern state of Israel, a modern day miracle. In this chapter, Jacob has another dream, which is also so powerful in its iconography and its messaging. What happens is Jacob is wrestling with God, and then at the end it says that he prevailed. But first he asked for a blessing. The name Yisrael was given to Jacob in the dream by this divine being, and it's not really clear exactly what it was. An angel, was a god? The Torah doesn't actually clearly indicate. But it says, from now on you will not be called Jacob. Your name shall be Israel, he who struggles with God. And the presumption is, and prevails. So what does it mean to be part of the children of Israel? It means that we struggle with God. My father used to say that means we struggle with our conscience. Sometimes we want to do something that's selfish. We don't want to share. We don't want to be nice to someone else because it sacrifices something we have. It's a struggle with our conscience. If you're Jewish, you emerge victorious. You do the right thing. We've never felt that it just comes automatically. We've never felt that there's some people that always do the right thing. There's always temptations. We always have to struggle. But if you practice doing the right thing over and over, then it becomes like second nature. Another way of looking at this is that we struggle with the concept of God itself. To be Jewish doesn't mean that you just follow blindly whatever you're told. It doesn't mean that you unthinkingly just say, yes, I believe in God because the Torah says so, because my rabbi says so, because some ancestor said so. That's not belief, that's indoctrination. Real belief means that you're willing to open up your mind and question and wonder and doubt and be skeptical. And if you emerge from all of that, if you struggle with all of that and you still believe, then, my friends, you're a child of Israel. If you come out of that struggle and you don't believe, and you don't believe in any concept of God, you're still a child of Israel because you engaged in the struggle. Some people don't even care. They don't even think about things like that. They're just too busy serving their own needs. They don't even engage in these philosophical discussions or these ethical debates. Yes, my friends, to be Jewish means to engage your rational mind and your heart and your soul and to be struggling. So if you're out there and you think, you know what, I'm not really very Jewish, I don't believe. or I have doubts. That makes you the most Jewish of all. If you have doubts, that means that your rational mind is functioning. Celebrate that. And if you engage in this struggle and it makes you a better person, that's great. You know, a lot of people in modern times with science seems to refute any type of religious feeling. So many of our people, sadly, have left the Jewish tradition because they don't believe what the Torah is saying about how we got here through Adam and Eve in 6 days, 6,000 years ago. No, they know that evolution is true, and so they decide not to believe anything. How sad, how tragic, because we don't have to throw out the baby with the holy water. My friends, if we believe in evolution, indeed we should, because the science backs it up. It's not just a theory, it's also a fact. We can still believe that there is a divine creative power. The theory of evolution shows something absolutely stupendous and remarkable, that over billions of years, creatures have been leaving descendants that are just a little bit better adapted. And over time, they went from an amoeba to a fish, to an amphibian, to a reptile, to a mammal, to a primate, and to a human being. That is mind-boggling. That is amazing. And we're the end result of that. So never say, my friends, I'm only human. I'm only human. Being human is an incredible thing. And on Thanksgiving, let us give thanks for a rational mind. Let us give thanks for the amazing abilities that people have achieved to do great things, to lead lives where we can advance to old age in relatively good health usually, where we can accomplish so many things with music and art and all the wonderful things that we have in our life. Let us give thanks and rejoice for this incredible mind and this wonderful heart and this beautiful neshama that seeks to climb up that ladder up into the heavens and also knows how to get things done in the real world. That, my friends, is what we celebrate today. But there's something else in this passage, something else that's incredible. In this passage, Jacob is afraid of Esau. He is worried. And in the past, before he had this revelatory dream, he was a deceiver. He deceived his brother to take the blessing from him. He deceived his father to get the blessing and make his father think that he was really Esau. He deceived his father-in-law to try to get more of the sheep by doing some kind of chicanery. But today, after he had that dream where he wrestled with God and wrestled with his conscience, he emerges victorious. He's now not a deceiver anymore. His name means heel, which is kind of rounded. He was kind of going roundabout and grabbing on and trying to come up with something that was through subterfuge. Now he's direct. He comes right up to Esau and he says to Esau, I want to reconcile with you. Accept my gifts. I'm sorry for what I did. Let us join together. And guess what? Esau accepts his gifts, and when that happens, Jacob says to him, seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. What does he mean by that? That God takes human form? Of course not. That's not something that's part of Jewish belief. No. What he means is that reconciliation, joining together, taking someone who you thought was an enemy and make them a friend, and establishing peace and harmony and accord and joining and uniting lives together, that is a godly act. How can I prove that? Well, let's take a look at the sun. What's going on up there on the sun? Right now there's hydrogen atoms. They don't like each other. They're at odds with each other like Jacob and Esau, and they don't want to mix it up. But under tremendous pressure of the sun's gravity, they come together, they fuse together, and what happens? They form helium and give off energy and warmth and light and power. Oh, my friends, if we have people that we are at odds with, or nations that we don't get along with, or religions that we've had a dispute with, and we can overcome that and join together, resist all the separation and merge together. When that happens, it's combustible. You can feel the power of merging together. That's a godly act, because the fusion of hydrogen into helium on the sun is what generates all life on earth, all power. It gives off light, it gives off warmth, it gives off energy. It's miraculous, and we can do the same thing in our lives by joining together with others, especially of a different religion, a different nationality, even, believe it or not, a different political party. Imagine that. Let us give thanks for the ability that we have to use the rational mind to overcome our hostility and our hatred and decide that we are going to overcome an enemy by making them a friend. Yes, questioning, doubting, wondering, trying to figure out what's going on in this world and how to live in harmony with it as Jacob did in his dream. That is a godly act. Joining together, merging, making amends, taking an enemy and converting them to a friend. That is a godly act. And if we do that, then we will have a bountiful harvest on Thanksgiving. If we plant seeds of hope and love and friendship in the hearts of others, there's no stopping us. We can accomplish anything in this world working together. So let us give thanks on this holiday that we don't have to be the person tomorrow that we are today, that old hostilities don't have to go on forever, that as Jacob and Esau proved, you can have sibling rivalry and convert it into sibling revelry. So let us have sibling revelry with our sibling religions, the Muslims and the Christians, and let the three Western religions, the three Abrahamic faiths, show that we can merge together and then go out to the world and bring all the religions, all people together. You might think this is pie in the sky, but as Jewish people have said since the time of Herzl, Im tirtzu enzo agada, if you will it, it is no dream. We are a people of dreamers. And as Israel demonstrated, we build the foundations to make those dreams come true. Shabbat Shalom.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומי Kadosh Baruch Hu. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
At this time, we remember those who are no longer with us physically, but are very much part of our lives spiritually, and who continue to influence us for the good. Today, we also are thinking about that trial of a teenager named Rittenhouse. I think they should change his name to Rottenhouse. What kind of a rotten household does he come from, where a mother would drive a teenager with a semi-automatic weapon into a dangerous situation where tensions are high and there's unrest? Who would do such a thing? I wish, in addition to prosecuting this teenager, which they should, I wish they would prosecute her for child abuse and neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The country is awash in violence and in guns. And there are many politicians who never met a gun they didn't like. It's dangerous. And it's absolutely an assault against the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, to place our lives in jeopardy at the whim of maniacs who are schooled and trained in video violent games and then are given semi-automatic weapons. As we read the Kaddish and realize that there's a mass shooting every single day, let us pledge not to allow these people to have died in vain. We say Kaddish for the 2 victims of Rittenhouse and for the millions of victims of gun violence, not just the dead, but also the millions of wounded throughout this land. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemer Rabba, v'yomad yivrach ruseh v'yomnichma chuseh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedachol beis Yisrael, v'agalav yizman kari v'yemru amen. Yehi shemer Rabba mivorach la'olam omei omaya, yisporach v'yistabach v'yispoar v'yischomam v'yisnaseh, v'yisadar v'yisaleh v'yisalal shemer kudeshah berechu, le'elam inko birchasa v'shirasa, tishbechasa v'nechamasa, ta'am yachon b'yama v'yemru amen. Yehi shlam araba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yemru amen. Oseh shalom v'yemromav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yemru amen. May the source of peace and comfort bring peace and comfort to all who mourn. Let us say amen. And on this Shabbat that celebrates Thanksgiving, as we recite the Kaddish, we also remember that the Kaddish doesn't speak of death, but of debt. The debt of gratitude to this incredible, wondrous phenomenon that we casually call life, and the debt of gratitude that we have to the life of our loved ones. And we cherish our ability to preserve what was good and noble in their lives, and also to be uplifted and to lead a better life because we follow their fine example. There's nothing that our loved ones would want more than for us to be inspired by them, not to be saddened by their loss, but inspired by their lives as we seek to make their life a blessing by having their wonderful aims and goals and hopes and dreams live on through us.
Shabbat Shalom from all of us at L'Dor Va-Dor. I'm Sharon Leibovitz. We are very grateful to you for viewing our Shabbat and being with L'Dor Va-Dor today. We hope that you're enjoying your experience with us. L'Dor Va-Dor offers something unique and different, a rational view of Judaism, one that honors traditions, respects science, and celebrates spirituality. Join with us and be a part of this special and exciting Judaism, one that's engaging and exhilarating. Help us to build the Judaism of tomorrow today at L'Dor Va-Dor. Tomorrow, November 20th, we'll have a special offering to you on Zoom, a taste of Shabbat, Shira, and Havdalah. led for us by Andrew Sussman, educator and cantorial soloist. Participate in song, prayer, and the separation and ending of Shabbat, Havdalah, together with us on Zoom at 7 p.m. We hope that you'll be a part of this very special evening, and we hope to see you then. Each Tuesday, join us as we study Torah with Rabbi Barry on Zoom. Our next one will be Tuesday evening, November 23rd at 7 p.m., when we dig a little deeper into the Torah Parsha of Vayeshev. Next Friday evening, we'll hold something new and different, a Zoom Shabbat for you to join together with all of us as we celebrate Shabbat and Thanksgiving. Following the prayers, messages, words, Torah, songs, and more, we'll also hold our Zoom and Shmooze right after it. Join us at 7 p.m. for this special Zoom Shabbat with L'Dor Va-Dor next Friday. We invite you all to be a part of our Zoom and Shmooze tonight at 8 p.m., a special time to see and be with each other, sharing and getting to know one another just a little bit better, as we also hear some beautiful Shabbat music and song. We hope you'll join us at 8 p.m. on Zoom tonight. We invite you to see and learn more about L'Dor Va-Dor and all that we have to offer through our website, l'dorvador.org, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our email newsletters. Be a part of all that L'Dor Va-Dor has to offer you. Have a wonderful Shabbat, a great weekend, and a great week ahead. We hope to see you later tonight at 8 p.m. on Zoom, and for our special service tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Wishing you Shabbat Shalom, a peaceful, calm, beautiful, and healthy Shabbat to all of you from L'Dor Va-Dor.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom V'yasem lecha shalom.
Left it all to be with you. Distant dreams have now come true. Walk the streets of legends told. We've come home. We've come home. We've come home. And we'll never stand alone. After 2,000 years, we are home. Not a native of this land. Bring me up and take my hand. Sapphire seas and golden sand, a place called home. We've come home, we've come home to a land of our own. After 2,000 years, we are home. על אדמתי צעדתי, עברי עתידי, זה ביתי. We've come home, and we'll never stand alone. After 2,000 years, we are home. We've come home to a land of our own. After 2,000 years, we are home. After 2,000 years, we are home. Left it all to be with you. Distant dreams have now come true. Walk the streets of legends told. We've come home. We've come home. We've come home, and we'll never stand alone. After 2,000 years, we are home. Not a native of this land, bring me up and take my hand. Sapphire seas and golden sand, a place called home. We've come home to a land of our own. After 2,000 years, we are home. זאת ארצי מולדתי, על אדמתי צעדתי, עברי עתידי, זה ביתי.